Today, we could learn more about the legal proceedings in the case of a teenager accused of killing a 12-year-old boy.
The district attorney is expected to make an announcement at 11 this morning, but it's not clear right now what that announcement will be about. Brandon Villalobos, just 15 years old, is accused of killing 12-year-old Alex Madrid in Meadow Lake near Los Lunas back on the 18th. Villalobos, who is being charged with first-degree murder, made his first appearance in court last week. Prosecutors were then told they had 10 days to decide if the teen should be tried as an adult. The teen's attorney says she does not believe Villalobos understands the charges against him due to his low mental function. Well, an Albuquerque police officer is making the news for not the first or second, but the third time in his career after shots are fired during a car theft sting. Police say it started when Antonio Delgadillo Luera and Maria Guadalupe Cruz were trying to break into an APD bait car near Gibson and Yale in Albuquerque early yesterday morning. We brought this to you as developing news. Someone in that car started shooting at the police following them. APD says the officers did not shoot back. Luera and Cruz were both caught and arrested. The detective, Justin Montgomery, was hit by bullet fragments, we are told. In 2011, Detective Montgomery and Officer Brian Pitzer were chasing a DWI suspect named Charles Gomez, found him hiding in an underground parking structure. Video shows the two officers kicking him in the face. Gomez sued and the city paid him $60 grand. A couple of years earlier, in 2009, Officer Montgomery shot and killed an unarmed 19-year-old. The city had to pay that teen's family $400 grand.
A terrible end for an accused prowler who was electrocuted as Albuquerque police tried taking him down from a power pole. Someone called APD from a house on 94th Street near West Central yesterday. They said a man was in their backyard and might have had a gun. When officers got there, the man was up a pole and seemed to be upset about something. Well, when the cops tried to talk him down, they say he grabbed a live wire, got a jolt, fell to the ground, and died. Police say it turns out that the man did not have a gun. Police will continue to investigate the incident. A state audit shows that the Human Services Department has mismanaged federal Medicaid money. The audit shows that the department improperly handled fraud allegations against more than a dozen mental health providers. Some of those providers have since gone out of business because the agency suspended their Medicaid payments. The audit found Human Services improperly paid $620,000 to Arizona companies brought in last year to take over management of the mental health providers because of fraud allegations and billing problems. A spokesperson with HSD says the audit is full of inaccuracies. A potentially dangerous oversight in the design of a busy New Mexico highway interchange has construction crews scrambling to make a change.
This is along I-25 at the US 550 interchange. You know, the one up in Bernalillo. Light poles were placed on the shoulder to provide even lighting for all of us who are driving. Well, several of the poles were placed near the 550 overpass, right where drivers often duck off the road in severe weather conditions to seek shelter. The poles were actually up to standard because they're what they call breakaway poles.
The lights that we're talking about today have the ability to shear off if they're impacted.
But within days of our calls about potential safety issues, federal and state officials say they are making some changes here. To find out what they are and to find out why, Matt Grubbs has a story tonight on 2 Casa, or you can check it out anytime along with Matt's notebook, some video, and a whole lot more. That's all at KRQE.com. Coming up on 5:36, we all know it's important to keep our hearts healthy. But did you know there's some new data out there that shows heart disease is a very big problem right here in New Mexico especially?
Yeah, in fact, health officials say it's the most common disease that sends people to the hospital. News 13's Samantha McDonald is live in the Newsplex with more. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Elizabeth and Matt. Let's face it, we love our chili and our sopapillas, but doctors say that type of diet and a high rate of diabetes are the biggest reasons for heart disease here. There were more than 150,000 people hospitalized in the state for heart disease in 2012 alone. Now, there are factors that lead to heart disease like family history, age, and sex that we can't change. But doctors say things like eating healthily, exercising, and staying at a healthy weight can help avoid the disease.
The native New Mexican diet that we all love, the enchiladas and the cheeses and the green chilies, a lot of those are not within the proper diet examples. You know, you want more fruits, vegetables, less meats, less fats.
One patient who suffers from the disease says it has made him change his lifestyle.
My wife and I live in the mountains, and We take our dogs for walks, and it's quite a strenuous walk uphill. It's at some point, and a lot of that seems to help.
That cardiologist I spoke to says men and women with diabetes are more likely to get heart disease, so the best advice, especially now during the end of American Heart Month, is to get screened. Back to you.
Right, very interesting. Thank you, Samantha. By the way, something else that's pretty interesting. The study shows that the northeast part of the state had the highest rates of people going to the hospital because of heart-related diseases, and the southwest part of the state actually had the lowest.